Ladies and gentlemen, it is Demo the Warrior here, and as you all have heard the news, I know I'm a little late on this, I haven't really talked about it. WWE 2K21 has officially been canceled, and some people have wondered my opinion on it. Some people have tagged me and stuff about it, and I just want to say this. Thank God that it's canceled. Thank fucking God that it's canceled. This is only a fucking positive for wrestling games, man. This is only a positive. And this is going to be a little bit of a rant, but it's also going to be a little bit of a discussion video. So, the reason that 2K21 is canceled, I researched it. So, what this is saying, it was canceled by the financial officer. No specific reason has been provided why it's been canceled, but it could be because 2K were disappointed with 2K20 and it's selling poorly. And other people are saying because 2K20 was an abysmal entry, it was a disappointing game, yada yada yada. And me personally, I believe that reasoning is all bullshit, because if you really look at it, if 2K really did care how everybody's saying they care now, and oh, they canceled it because they care about the fans, and they want to make a good game and they want to get in the good graces of the fans. If 2K really cared, they wouldn't have released 2K20 how it was, and I will forever stand on that. And honestly, I think the real reason that 2K21 has been canceled is because of everything going on in the world with this coronavirus shit. Well, you might be saying, oh, well, Demo, they're making Battlegrounds. Well, I'm assuming that game is a lot easier to make than the 2K franchise. But I think it's a smaller development team. I could be wrong. But, like, I just feel, like, I don't know why. Ever since the news came out, I just felt like the reasons that they're saying they canceled it, I just felt like it was all bullshit. Like, I just felt like I had this feeling of, like, I know damn well if this coronavirus shit wasn't going on, that 2K21 would be going full steam ahead. That's what I feel. That's how I feel. And I feel like that's the real reason why it's canceled. Not because 2K was disappointed with 2K20. You know how much fucking money they made from that game? How much money they made from that shit show? They ain't disappointed with their financial earnings. They made a shit ton of money for all the stupid fucking goobers that bought the game and all the DLC. I'm one of them, and I can't lie about that fact, because I did want to give the game a fair chance, and it fucking flopped, and it penetrated me in my rectal with no lube. So, yeah, I honestly think, I could be wrong, but I honestly feel that the real reason 2K21 is canceled is because of everything going on in the world. But 2K wants to release some sort of game this year, so all of a sudden they said, hey, remember All-Stars? Yeah, let's do something like that, I guess. But nevertheless, 2K21 is canceled, and that couldn't have been a better decision, because it would have been exactly like 2K20, maybe even worse. So, now that we have that out of the way, this new game everyone's talking about. I've been seeing Smack Talks fucking riding 2K's cock about it. Fucking The Great One, Pulse, Dankovs, all these people talking about stuff they want in 2K, whatever it's going to be. And they keep calling it 2K22. And now, first off, I'm like, don't call it 2K22. There's no fucking reason to call it 2K22. For one, it's going to seem weird going 2K15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then 22. Don't do that. What I suggest you do is rebrand the franchise That would seem a lot better to me, and it would be a lot more appealing, because anytime you're going to have the WWE 2K with a number, people are going to associate that with the previous games they've made and 2K20. What I would do, and what I think would be a smart move, is to rebrand the franchise as something else. Some people were doing videos saying that they should call it WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2K22. I say don't do that, because that's going to ruin the good name of the SmackDown versus Raw franchise if that game sucks. So don't risk that, because that, you want to get in good graces with the fans. I would not call it SmackDown versus Raw 2K. That's just going to piss a lot of people off right out of the gate. Don't do that. What I suggest is go back to like older game titles. Well, not actually go back to them, but what I'm saying is like a Here Comes the Pain style type of name. I'm not saying Here Comes the Pain. I'm not saying calling it WWE 2K Here Comes the Pain. Don't do that. Do not do that. Please God, do not do that. What you should do, what I suggest, is have some name like that. Like, it kind of sounds better than saying WWE 2K22. It kind of sounds better saying like WWE 2K Just Bring It, or WWE 2K Shut Your Mouth. Or it's like, I'm using those as examples. I'm not saying use those names. Do not do that, please. Like, just have some sort of creative name. Don't just have it be branded by the year, because that's also another thing that's going to date the game. And I've noticed that with older games, having the year in the title, I've never really understood that, because it kind of dates the game a little bit. Like, Here Comes the Pain is still fun to this day, and it doesn't feel like dated by, it's not like, if they would have said SmackDown Here Comes the Pain 2003, it would just feel a little more like, yeah, but that game came out in 2003. And it would just, it would make it feel dated. Even though it does feel dated playing it, I'm not saying it doesn't, obviously, because it's 2003, but what I'm saying is, don't put the year in the title. Like, I wouldn't do that. I say, have a name that's like, I can't even think of one off the top of my head, like WWE 2K Feel the Rush, or, I mean, that might be a bad name, but I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Something like that, something rather than the 2K and then the number, because I think that's stupid. And it also, by having the number, it makes it feel like every other sports game franchise out there, because you have like FIFA 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, you have NFL, you have like Madden 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, UFC 2 and 3, you have MLB, like NHL, NBA, and that would actually separate the series. Instead of, because you have NBA 2K20 and WWE 2K20. Some people have been confused by that, believe it or not. So I think that would have less confusion calling it something else like that. And it would be different from all the other sports games, because they all just feel too similar with the yearly number in the title. I personally don't like that, because there's no creativity in the name. It doesn't make it its own game, It doesn't add flavor to it. When you're looking at a title like WWE 2K19, it's just, oh, well, that's just the yearly title for that year. When you're looking at a name like SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, or SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, or Day of Reckoning, you're kind of like, ooh, okay, what's this game about? Just add more creativity to it. I can't think of a good name off the top of my head, but like I said, feel the rush, well, if you go with Feel the Pain, people are going to draw too many similarities. Just something like that. Something like that, man. Add some creativity to the title. Make it its own game. Because when you do that, it'll make the game stand more on its own. And when people look back on it, they'll be like, instead of like looking back, it'll be like that was 2K 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. They'll look back on it like, oh, that was Feel the Rush, or that was I don't know, Face the Pain. I don't know that, or I can't even think of a name, man. I wish I could think of a name right now. Something like that, man. It would help the game to stand on its own, and when you look back on it, be like, oh, that was that game. I mean, people are gonna look back on 2K20 like that, but not in a good way. It's not like, oh man, that was that game. No, it's gonna be when they look back on 2K20, oh, that was that game. You know what I mean? Like, the title will help as the first step into rebranding the franchise and making it its own thing. Don't call it 2K22. Please do not call it 2K22. That is not. Don't do that, please. You are only going to set yourself up for, well, maybe not failure. It depends on how the game turns out, but it's going to make it feel like all the other 2K games automatically by just calling it that. And if you really want this game to be different, if you really want it to be better than 2K21, start off by calling it something else. Don't be like, oh, it's part of the 2K franchise. And here's a little rant point. I saw that the new head of whatever in 2K was tweeting about how happy he is to join the team, and he was like, he was talking about the 2K franchise. He said it's an amazing legacy to uphold, and I have no problem with the dude. I think his name's Patrick or something, but I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Amazing legacy to uphold. These games suck. What do you mean? Now, not all of them are bad. 2K15 has its charm. 2K16's good. 2K17's pretty good. 2K18's alright. 2K19 is pretty good. 2K20 is garbage. They've just been alright games. None of them have been amazing and stand the test of time. So it just kind of bothered me that he said an amazing legacy to uphold. Fuck out of here. An amazing legacy to uphold is the SmackDown versus Raw series. An amazing legacy to uphold is the fucking SmackDown series. I don't want to hear that the 2K franchise is an amazing legacy. It's a trash legacy. Each game is the fucking same, pretty much. Anyway, that was a small rant point. But like I said, have some kind of custom title like WWE 2K Feel the Rush, or Feel the Burn, or Feel the Pain, or something like that. I don't fucking know. Something like that. So that's where I would start. Have a custom title. That would help out a lot. Then completely have a different style of menu from any of the 2K games. You know, I would suggest going with a Here Comes the Pain style menu. Personally, I like the idea of that. And if you want, well, no, because then that's going to make it too similar. I was going to say maybe have a thing like the original SmackDown versus Raw had, where like you could select what brand was your favorite and that would base it on your menu. I think that would be cool to have like, to have like, as soon as you start the game, be like, select your favorite brand. You pick between Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. And like if you pick Raw, it's like a red menu with like, you know, Here Comes the Pain style with like models, like superstar models on the screen, like doing their taunts and stuff, like people from Raw. Or like same with SmackDown, or NXT would have NXT people. Something like that I think could be cool. But I don't know. I don't know if something like that would work nowadays. I just think it'd be kind of a cool idea. But something better than the menus that we got on here. Like this menu on 2K19, I don't know why they gotta have like the Thor effect. It's kind of stupid. No, not Thor. What am I saying? Thor. Thanos. I don't know why I said Thor. I don't know where the fuck that came from, but the Thanos effect with the, like, that's stupid. Don't do that. don't pander to the fucking Marvel movies, but like something better. Like I wish they would actually do a style of menu kind of like SVR 07 or 08, 09, where you actually have like footage of like the actual real life Raw, SmackDown, NXT. What I would like to see is like the menu style of SmackDown versus Raw 2009, where in the background it has like the background like scrolling up, and you can see like different like parts of different highlights of matches from ECW, SmackDown, and Raw, and parts of the intro, and it looks really cool. And like I would like that kind of style of menu, or maybe like go fucking Raw 2 with it, with like just like highlights of real life wrestling in the background instead of like this static generic menu shit. Because once again, that makes it feel like every other sports game out there. Make it feel like a fucking kick-ass wrestling game. Speaking of being kick-ass, well, actually, I want to get to that point in a second. Let me finish talking about the menus. So yeah, I want some flavor to the menu. Like, I'll give 2K20 this. I think out of all the 2K games, I do think that 2K20 does have the best menu layout and the coolest looking menu design. I will give it that. I really do like it. Well, I would like something like that, maybe, but instead of the stupid gameplay footage, I would actually have like real wrestling in the background, like how they had it on SVR 07, 08, 9, something like that. I think that would look really cool. And maybe not like generic ass text, maybe have like an effect on the text, like I don't know, some kind of cool like edgy kind of text, or like a paint splatter text like SVR09, something cool like that. Give it some character, give it some flavor. Enough with all this, like, look at this, just bland lettering, bland menus. Excuse me. Like, give it some character, give it some flavor. Make the game stand out on its own. Aesthetically, make it look visually interesting. That's what I'd say. And that's my point on the menu. Make it its own thing. Don't keep going with this bland shit. Make it cool. And speaking of what I was gonna get on earlier, make it badass. Make it kick-ass is the point I was trying to make. Give us a actual good fucking kick-ass rock and roll, heavy metal, whatever soundtrack. Enough with this garbage soundtrack every year. Enough with the 8 songs on the soundtrack that like 2 of them are kick-ass rock songs, and then like 3 of them are rap songs, and 4 of them are like pop songs or like hip songs today. Fuck that. I can't stand that. I turn the soundtrack off every year. And another thing, stop letting the wrestlers pick the soundtrack, because they have no taste in music. I'm sorry. I am sorry. But when I look back at games like Day of Reckoning or SVR, the original SmackDown vs. Raw, or 06, 07, 08, 9, 10, those are kick-ass soundtracks. And that's another reason why those games have such a legacy, because of the amazing, fucking nut-worthy soundtracks they had. That's what wrestling is about. Well, that's what fits wrestling. The soundtracks that they have for the 2K games fit with the WWE 2K games, excuse me, fit more with the NBA franchise. All this pop and rap and shit should be on the NBA 2K games, not the WWE ones. Give us a kick-ass soundtrack with great actual fucking bands, like fucking 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, Skillet, No Resolve, just to name a few bands that I personally like. fucking Falling in Reverse is actually very good. Like, shit like that. Give us a soundtrack that's gonna get us pumped up to play a match. Like, just look at, like, the soundtrack, like, for 2K19, for example, and then, like, loading up a match where it's just the wrestler doing a static pose before the match begins. Fuck that. Go back to SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 when you're in the menu and say you're gonna do, like, a match like Shawn Michaels versus Kane versus Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle or something like that. Some kind of badass match. You're gonna do it at, like, fucking Backlash or something like that, right? And you know how, like, before the match loads up, it has, like, the logos and stuff of the arena, and then it has, like, the wrestlers doing like a taunt kind of before the match, like the pre-match taunt kind of thing, and fucking 3 Days Grace playing in the background, getting you pumped up to play some Ruthless Aggression action. Where is that, man? That was so fucking hype back in the day, man. Just seeing that before the match, and then fucking 3 Days Grace or whatever rock and roll song was playing to get you fucking pumped for the fucking match, dude. Oh, man. So I played so many matches on those games where the soundtrack would just get you fucking pumped and ready to have a fucking wrestling match, man. Where's that gone? Where has that gone? We need that, man. We need a soundtrack on this game to get people pumped up to play the game. These soundtracks do not make you feel like playing a wrestling match at all. They don't get you excited. You don't sit there and listen to the soundtrack and be like, oh my fucking god, the soundtrack is amazing. No, the 2K soundtracks suck. They are ass. They pick the worst possible songs. Look at 2K15. That soundtrack sucks. 2K16, that soundtrack sucks. 17 sucks. 18 is probably the worst one with all those country ass songs on there. 2K19 sucks. 2K20 sucks. Their soundtracks suck. Pick some actual good music. Stop trying to pander to all these fucking popular artists nowadays. Fuck them. Their music's garbage. Get some kick-ass music. Make another legendary soundtrack that people are going to be talking about in 10 years. Be like, oh, dude, remember that soundtrack from... We'll use 2K22 as the title of this game for now. But for an example, be like, oh man, remember that fucking soundtrack on 2K22? God damn. Like the same way people be like, oh man, that SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 soundtrack. Oh my god. Like you should be aiming for something like that, not this garbage you put out every year. I swear to you, if 2K ever puts out some shit about their soundtracks or the best wrestling game soundtracks, I swear to God, I'm gonna go off, man, because that is absolutely not the truth. It has been so long since we've had a soundtrack in a wrestling game that I've been sitting there listening to it that makes me go, oh, fuck yeah, man, this fucking soundtrack's great. I'm fucking pumped up and fucking ready to play a fucking match. It has been so long since we've had that. So fucking long, man. We need that in a wrestling game again. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. We need this in a wrestling game again, man. We need it. We need that custom... we need that menu I was talking about. We need that soundtrack to be hitting. We need that, man. Us as fans need it. We crave it. Give it to us. Stop giving... Like, I will show you the soundtrack in this game. Where is it at? Jukebox. I don't mind them keeping, like, the wrestlers' themes. They can keep that in as well. But look at this soundtrack. Champion by Fall Out Boy. Trash. Shine Down by Devil. Trash. Override by Slipknot. That's okay. I'm not particularly a Slipknot fan. Passion. Trash. Ric Flair Drip. The worst song on this soundtrack. Rockstar by Post Malone. Trash. See, like songs like this do not belong on a wrestling game. Now, you might be saying, well, Demo, there was rap songs on 06, 7, 8, 9. Like, yes, there was. But they fit the game. They weren't like, oh, well, this one fits because it has Ric Flair in the song. Okay, but the beat sucks. The person singing it sucks. Offset or whoever the fuck it is, trash. Fucking I like Post Malone, I do. But this song sucks. It's garbage. It does not belong on a wrestling game. Bullet for My Valentine. I don't remember what the song sounds like, actually. Yeah, this song is actually okay. I don't mind it. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Metallica. I would have Metallica on there. I wouldn't mind it. Just not this song. I would have that one Undertaker was using at Mania. That was a badass Metallica song. Or the one Triple H used at that one WrestleMania, for whom the bell tolls. That one's pretty dope. Like, not this one. I don't like this one. Fuck, like, I hate Survival by Eminem. It's not a bad song. This game has made me hate this song. It's nowhere near my favorite Eminem song. I hate this song now. They could have picked a way better Eminem song. Like something else, man. I wouldn't mind Eminem on the soundtrack because Eminem is like the best rapper ever. But like something better than Survival. You know how many good fucking rap songs Eminem has? Jesus. Ungrateful and Unthankful. This song sucks. Wale sucks. He's trash. I don't give a fuck. He's trash. That song, but like look at this. Ric Flair drip, Rockstar, fucking Ungrateful, Thankful, Work Hard. Those songs belong on NBA 2K. They don't belong in a wrestling game. And this is one of the biggest gripes I've had with the series. Every game is like this. Every game is like this with these songs, man. I'm not trying to rant, but it just really bothers me. This one sucks. I've never liked crap ass music like this. I hate this. Like, Rancid isn't a bad band, but I don't like music like this. Like, you take this soundtrack right here, you put it up against any of the older soundtracks. Oh my god, they smoked this fucking soundtrack. But that's what I'm talking about. Get a banger ass soundtrack on this game, man. Have it be rock and heavy metal heavy. Have it be that. With maybe one or two rap songs thrown in there like they did in the old days. Do that. Pick actual good music. Don't let fucking... God, man, in fucking 2K15, they let John Cena pick the soundtrack. It was garbage. One of the games, they let The Rock pick the soundtrack. I think it was it 2K18? They let The Rock pick the soundtrack. Oh my god, it was so bad. And fucking 2K19, they let the roster pick the soundtrack. Oh my god, dude. Stop letting them pick the soundtrack. None of them have any good taste in music. They really don't. Fucking 2K20, I don't know who picked that. It's horrifyingly bad. We need a soundtrack, man. Fuck, like, I mean, obviously we need to fix the game, but there's other things that have been going on for a while that have needed fixed way more than the game. The fucking menus, the fucking soundtrack. They need to get those things right before they even make the game. Because those are the first things that people are going to see and hear when they boot up the game. And another thing, bring back, when you boot up the game, bring back some sort of badass intro. Have a custom intro for the game. We haven't seen that in years. We haven't seen that in years, man. Bring back a custom made intro for the game. Give us that, man. We haven't seen that in God knows how long. Imagine loading up this new game. You get some badass fucking intro that gets you hyped. Then you load onto the menu. It says WWE 2K Feel the Rush or something like that. And it's a fucking badass like title screen and menu layout. And then you hear this kick-ass soundtrack come on. You'd be like, yeah. Like, us wrestling game fans need to feel that way again, man. We haven't felt that way in so long. And these are the things that none of these popular WWE game channels talk about. They don't talk about this shit. These are main parts of the game that need to be fixed. They need to be fixed. Because the game aesthetically and visually needs fixed. And it needs to be that way to get people to have their ears perk up, to have their eyes perk up, have their eyes open and be like, oh, okay, this looks interesting. This looks cool. Like, you need that, man. You need to catch the viewer's eye. You need to catch their ear. Like, you need to do that to get them interested, to have them be like, yeah, this is a fucking cool menu layout. This fucking soundtrack's awesome. Like, you need that. You desperately need that. Because with the 2K games, you have this bland, boring, all these bland, boring menu designs with these crappy-ass soundtracks playing. It's just like, I mean, God, I feel like I'm playing every other sports game ever. And, like, make it feel different. Wrestling is so much more different from any other sport. Make it feel like its own. Wrestling games are way better than any other sports game out there. Make it badass. Make it its own thing. Make it awesome. You have the money and the power to do so. Do it. If you really want to get back in the good graces with the fans, do these things. Do these things, man. It will only help you out. But yeah, that's my whole thing on the soundtrack. Now we get into the basis of the game. So now all these people are saying, like, I guess 2K did like a thing, like some kind of poll where they're asking what people wanted in the game. And the number one thing that won overall was general manager mode. And I'm like, awesome. I hope it happens. Because people have been asking for that for God knows how long. Like, they had it, I believe, in SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, 7, and 8. And then for some stupid, retarded reason, THQ took it out in 9 and then never brought it back. And then 2K never even touched it. I don't know why, especially with the way the wrestling world and the fans are nowadays. That's like the perfect mode to have in the game. Why would you not have that? So I hope to God they put it in the game, and I hope they do it right and actually make it a fun mode. Please put GM mode back in. I tell you, man, I made this point before. I'm so sick and tired of all these wrestling game channels talking about wanting GM mode and wanting creative story. Because, like, I agree with their point. I want it too. But I just got tired of every year they beg for it and it never happens. And I was just feeling like, come on, guys, it's never going to happen. Just stop asking. They're never going to do it. But it may actually happen this time. It might actually. The second one that won was create a story. And then the third one was like live updates. I was confused at first. I was like, what the fuck is live updates? So apparently live updates means like once the game comes out, if anything's outdated and like someone changes their gimmick on the main roster, or like new arena styles come out, or like say SmackDown or Raw change again, like their arenas and shit, like they would do live updates with like what's currently going on in the wrestling world. And I don't know if after this new game comes out, if they're going to have to do the yearly release again. I would honestly not do a yearly release. I would put out a new game every like 2-3 years, because that's going to make it so much better for them. But I don't like I think it said they were contractually obligated to make a yearly release, which hurts game companies. It hurts all these companies, man. It hurts Call of Duty. It hurts all these sports franchises having to pump out a game every year. It shouldn't be that way. I don't know why it's ever been that way. Even back with the SmackDown vs. Raws, you know, like, some things did feel a little similar, I'm not gonna lie to you, but each game did feel different from the last. It's not like that with the 2K games. Like, I've never understood yearly releases. Like, you don't have to have, oh, excuse me, voice crack there. You don't have to have a new release every year. You got to give these games time to marinate and really, like, connect with you. Fans really have to connect with the game. Like, even back in the old days when, like, Just Bring It, Shut Your Mouth and Here Comes the Pain, those were all yearly releases, yes, but they could have been, like, separately. But what I'm saying is, like, especially with the way the 2K franchise is, and everybody knows how every year is just hurting the franchise, just put out a new game, like, every 2 years. It doesn't have to be every year, because once that keeps happening, you've seen it get worse and worse. Once that happens, it's gonna get back to 2K, to how 2K20 was if they try to pump out a game every year. You don't want to go back to that. So don't have a yearly fucking release. Don't do that, because you're gonna end up right back where you are now. But, and there's like so much to fucking talk about with these game modes. Like, other ones was like, oh yeah, the live update thing. So yeah, I'm a fan for that. Like I said, have the game each game last 2 or 3 years before they make another one. Just bring out live updates over the following years. And for the first one, I would give people, like, I guess have it as downloadable content. But for this initial game, because they fucked everybody over in 2K20, I would make all the live update DLC absolutely free. Kind of how, like, when the other sports games do, like, their roster updates for the game, how that's, like, free, and if new people get added onto the NBA roster, stuff like that, it's free. Do that with WWE games, please. Don't make us fucking pay for that. At least not for the first year, because of how 2K20 was and how 2K fucked us with it. And how bad they treated us with it. Like, give it to us for free that year at least, or for that game at least. That's what I would do. Like, if Raw and SmackDown changed, just make the arena and then release it in a patch update. There you go. That's it. That's all you got to do. And then fucking, excuse me, like, you can still have all your other DLC with, like, Future Stars packs and all that garbage, like new moves pack, all that shit. I would honestly, I know it's the way the gaming world is nowadays. I would take the fucking microtransactions out of the game, please. Like, with the whole 2K towers, get rid of that garbage. With the whole loot boxes and all that, please get rid of that. Please. No, I don't fucking use it. But I've heard so many people complain about it. It's like, goddamn, like, fuck that. It's especially for, like, my career. And that's a whole nother point that I'm going to get to. But yeah. Another one of their things that was on the poll that got a lot of votes was missing match types, and I was confused at first, because I know this game does have a lot, these games do have a lot of match types, 2K19 and 20 do. They added more. What they were pretty much saying is, like, match types like special guest referee, which I'm shocked has not made a return yet. Fucking gauntlet match, which I'm shocked is not in the game because they do it so much. Fucking Inferno and Buried Alive. Like, I never understood why they took these match types out of the game. Some people were like, oh, it's because they don't really do it anymore on TV. Well, it's the fucking game. It doesn't have to be exactly like how it is on TV. It does roster-wise. You need the current people on the game. But for fuck's sake, man, let us have fun with the fucking match types. Just because they don't do Inferno matches anymore doesn't mean we shouldn't be able to do it in the game. I've never understood that process, that thought process, and that mindset of, like, oh, well, they don't do Inferno matches anymore, and they don't do Buried Alive matches anymore, so they can just take it out of the game. Well, people still want to play it, obviously. They keep asking for it. You should have never took it out. 2K has never had an Inferno match, or Buried Alive, or special guest referee, and they need to bring those back. Bring them back, please. Put in the War Games match. I don't know why the fuck they haven't done this yet. War Games has been going on since what, 2018? I mean, Jesus Christ, it should have been in the game already. Fucking with the War Games and NXT. Like, Christ's sake, put in the game. Like, oh my god. I want to look up this poll so I can see the other ones. WWE 2K poll.
Here are some matching.
Fuck off. God damn it. Smack Talk showed in his video, I forget what it's from. Yeah, I think it was from the Reddit survey. Let me go to Reddit real quick. Wait a minute. Oh no, that's from 7 months ago. Not that. Hold on. r/WWE games. Huh, so they have a feedback system now. Hold on. Alright, so I think I found it. Where is it? I just lost it. Oh, there it is. So, this says, create the next WWE 2K game. Feedback results. Most wanted game mode. Universe mode with GM mode features. No. Fucking... Okay, so, Great One was actually talking about that. It shouldn't be Universe mode with GM mode features. It should be GM mode with Universe mode features. Because that's going to work out a lot better. Online universe. Who the fuck voted for that? What fucking idiot? 6% of these fucking retards voted for that. Current. 5% of people voted for current universe. What kind of fucking idiot? Are you kidding me? Fuck out of here. Arcade mode? What the fuck is arcade mode? 2K Showcase or Road to WrestleMania. The number one voted was Road to WrestleMania. Yes. The second one, it got all out. Oh man, that's great. That is great. Road to WrestleMania outvoted all the other ones, which are just all 2K Showcases. The other ones were 2K Showcase Ruthless Aggression, which got 24%. Showcase Rated R Superstar, Showcase The Dead Man, Showcase Other. Yes, Road to WrestleMania, please. Give us a custom storylines like the other games, please. Fuck 2K Showcase. It's garbage. It's never been good. Most wanted features. Custom music. 1. That poll. Yes. Give us custom fucking music. Please. We have been starved of that since WWE 2K14, I believe. Give us that back. Please. We've been begging for that. Please. The second one was Create a Story, which got 37%. Create a Finisher. I completely forgot about Create a Finisher, which got 13%. Create a Pay-Per-View, which got 3%. Oh, Create a Taunt. Oh, man, I miss Create a Taunt. Well, it was actually Create a Animation, wasn't it? And, like, Here Comes the Pain. I do miss that. That's a cool feature. I think they should add all of those in. I mean, Create a Pay-Per-View, I never really got into that. Always thought that was kind of stupid. Most wanted match type, Buried Alive match. Second was I Quit. Oh yeah, I Quit's another one that was in the game. Ambulance match. Okay, so Inferno match got 6%. Stretcher match. All right, then this next one. This isn't a poll. It says, what about adding special guest referee? Given the option, 52.8% of players would choose special guest referee before all other match types. Yeah, special guest referee won that out. It should have been in the game already. This shouldn't have even had to have been a poll, 2K. None of this, here's my point. None of this should have ever had to have been a poll. That's my problem. And that's all the other fans' problems with these games. They should have never had to have been a poll in the first place. They should have been in the game to begin with. It's ridiculous that we have to have these polls. You should have been listening to the fans all along. This should have never been a problem. Best control system. 86.8% of players prefer the 2K19 controls over the controls featured in 2K20. Yes, because you changed it for no fucking reason. You said, oh, we want to add a little bit of a difference in the control system. There was nothing wrong with it. People complain so much about that. Jesus Christ, man. You guys made wrong decision, terrible decision after terrible decision at every turn, instead of listening to the fans, which is what you should have been doing all along. Jesus Christ. This whole feedback system should have never had to exist. You should have done these things since... I mean, okay, 2K15, I could have excused that for making the new engine and all that. That is the only one that I could have excused. 2K16, you re-added all the creation stuff. Okay, maybe I could have excused that one too. But 2K17, all of this should have been in your game. All of this. But you never did any of it. People begged year after year after year after year, and you never gave any of it to them. And now here we are, 2020, with like 6 of these fucking games. And now that the last one has performed so badly, now that everybody is shit all over your franchise and shit all over you as game developers, now you decide to start listening to the fans. Fuck out of here. Gonna sit there and act like you care. You haven't given a fuck since 2K15. I don't want to hear your bullshit. You haven't given a fuck. So don't try to sit there and sugarcoat this shit by saying, oh, it's time to create your own 2K game. Fuck you. You should have had it like this already a long time ago. This should have never, ever had to have been a thing. And that's what hurts me so much as a wrestling fan and a wrestling games fan. That's what hurts me so much. This is literally like fucking first grade level of what should be in a wrestling game. What? How could you be so dumb to never put any of this when you had millions of people asking for it? How are you so blind? And now because the last one was so bad, now all of a sudden you care. Get the fuck out of here, 2K. Get the fuck out of here. Now that everyone has shit all over you, now is the time for you to start caring. Yeah, suck my dick, you fucking shitty ass developer. I'm glad you got rid of most of your development team. I'm fucking glad Ukes left your ass. They got tired of your bullshit. I'm so fucking glad. Fuck you guys, dude. Oh my god. Create the next 2K game. Created by @Smack Network. I fucking told you. I told you, man. I fucking told you Smack Talks was a fucking 2K cockwriter. I told you from the beginning, video after video, Smack Talks, rides 2K's fucking cock, makes non-stop videos about 2K, makes a video of every fucking update at 2K, defends 2K. He's a fucking 2K dick rider, man. All these popular WWE Games YouTubers are fucking 2K cock riders, and they don't point out the real issues like I have been. And that's what pisses me off, because some people want to shit on me and say I'm too negative and this and that, when I'm bringing up the truth, when I'm bringing up stuff that none of these popular people with a platform talk about. I'm bringing up the real issues with the game. Fuck this, man. Ugh. Fucking hell. God, man. Let me see if I can find this. Twitter, let me see. I like how their fucking Twitter shit is still 2K20. I would have been removed that, my friend. I would have been removed that. Alright. One more week before feedback project closes. Or let me click on the link. 2kgames dot something. Feedback project. Let me actually go on this. Okay, said, if this is your first visit, be sure to check out the FAQ by clicking the link above. You may have to register before you can post. Click the register link to receive. If you want to start viewing messages, select the forum, blah, 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 blah. I want to look at the community creations one. You can provide us with feedback for community creations. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Make both community creations cross-platform, shared between PSN and Xbox and PC to allow mods. Yes, 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 yes. Which user posted that? Mr. 1555551. Yes. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. Yes, yes. Either increase logo limit from 1,000 to 3,000 or remove entirely. Yes, yes. Why is there a fucking limit? There should be no limit. This guy says, so overall communications is a great tool, but it has some issues. First of all, being split between consoles. Yeah. Also, some patch corrupts cause, breaks their logos. Yes, we've all had those issues with logos not working and corrupting. We need that fixed. The locked CAW parts make it impossible to download CAWs. Yes. That should not have ever been an issue either, and I never understood that. So in 2K16, you played through the Stone Cold Showcase. You unlocked all the shit in the game, right? So 2K17, everything you unlocked in 2K16 was locked again for no reason. And that was just 2K's cheap ass way of getting you to buy the accelerator. Fuck that. That's a terrible business decision. Have everything unlocked from the start. That's what I don't understand. Have everything unlocked from the start. Now you can have specific things locked in the Road to WrestleMania mode like they did in the old games, but that shouldn't limit the community creations. That's stupid. Logos should appear on CAWs downloaded instead of half not showing. Yes. Unlimited community creations downloads. No more having only limited amount of superstars you can download or downloads per day. Yes. I don't know why they ever fucking added that. In WWE 12, 13, and 2K14, there was no limit on stuff you could download. There was no limit. You could download all day long. And then 2K15 is where they added that. I don't remember what game it was, but there was one game, one of the 2K games, where they had a special update for a month where they changed their downloads per day to 50 instead of 20. Why not just make it unlimited? That is the most mind-bogglingly stupid thing I've ever seen. Why limit people to downloading things? That doesn't make any sense. Like, why only 20 downloads per day when people are trying to download superstars, attires, logos, arenas, championships? They're gonna run out in like 10 minutes. It's the stupidest fucking thing. Now you gotta wait 24 hours to download something. Why? Just remove the limit altogether. It makes no sense, 2K. I never, ever understood why they added that in. Create stories for story and have them able to be uploaded. Yes! Yes! That gives your game so much replay value! Yes! Do that! Be able to create your own match types the way we want and be able to upload them. Yes! Please! Cross-platform communications. Yes! Oh my god. Uploaded cause sometimes the logos glitch and disappear. That has been a problem for years. Crossplay, obviously. More cost slots. I mean, 100 is actually a generous amount. That's what it's been for a long time, so I can't hate there. Maybe boost it to 150 if they can. I'm not sure how like all that works. Remove download limit. Yes. There's no reason to have a download limit. There should have never been. There should have never been a download limit. Never been a logo limit. Never. Never, 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 ever, never. I don't know why they ever added that. Jesus. Everyone is saying the same things. Here's this person. This one's interesting. In the preview area of community creations, allow us to have a full preview, the same as free camera mode on a creator wrestler. It's too hard seeing the details. Yes, that should definitely be something they add, because the way you view it, you have to download them to get a good look at them to see if it's what you want. Yes, add that. Yes, please. Who's this one from? KS Dixon. Remove limit on downloads, all that. Yeah. Everyone's saying the same thing. Alright, so someone actually said being able to upload and download a tag team. That would be interesting. I don't know if they could do that, but that'd be cool. Let's see. Feedback, downloadable content. Let's see what this is. DLC should be Legends and Future Stars. We should receive superstars from the Hall of Fame and superstars that are rising inside NXT. DLC for 2K19 and 2K18 was great. Yeah, no more 2K originals garbage. Fuck that. I'd love to see more sporadic DLC. It's always a little bit of a letdown. DLC is so pre-planned, so far out. Then the game drops and we have outdated looks from stars in the game. DLC releases 8 months or whatever later. We still have outdated superstars in the game because when it was all done and over with before the game released. Yes. Jushin Thunder Liger as a downloadable legend. CM Punk as the pre-order superstar. Cardi B or Sylvester Stallone as a pre-order celebrity. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody's gonna play as fucking Cardi B. Her music's trash anyway. Fucking Sylvester Stallone. I mean, I guess that would be kind of like the Terminator. You could have him as Rocky. But fucking Cardi B, really? See, this is the kind of retards that 2K listens to. Nobody wants to play through these fucking 1970s matches. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression. That's what people want. That's the only people, I'm sorry to say, for all these 70s and 80s and 90s heads, I'm sorry to tell you, but everybody wants, the only people that people actually use in fucking universe mode are Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression. and what mixed in with current people. I'm sorry to break your bubble. I'm sorry to hurt your little feelings, but that's the truth. Because wrestling was fucking boring as hell before then. I'm sorry. I know all that shit is classic. It is. It's classic. It's legendary. I'm not saying it's not. But people don't want that in the fucking game. No one wants to play as fucking Bruno